Welcome to UK Theme Parks and welcome back to Chessington World of Adventures for what will be our penultimate update for the World of Jumanji before it opens to the public on the 15th of May. And this, there's a lot to take in this one, including some ride testing as well. Now, what you're seeing at the moment is the side view, which we haven't taken for a couple of visits now, and you can see the bridge to the entrance, which will form for Mandrill Mayhem. You'll see a bit of this further on in the video, as well as a bit of theming which has been added around the back. As I said, we haven't been around the back for a while, so it's the first time we've seen this. Now, oddly, the train was testing today. It was testing on the second launch hill, so it was kind of sat there, which gave us a really kind of good close look at it out in the daylight. Now, at the back here, you can see the entrance area to Ostrich Stampede. Again, you will see that a little bit more when we head into the park and take a look from the other side. But certainly the amount of foliage which has gone in, the boards, the signage, there you can just about see the back of the sign for Mandrill Mayhem. You'll see that shortly, and of course Strike down at the bottom as well. Lots and lots has happened since our last visit, even last week. As you can see, the canopy's been put on the top. We did say about the fact you could see the back of the support boards. You can't see those anymore. It's been really nicely covered, and actually the village area looks really good. Work on the sign continues, as you can see from the back. That will become more apparent as we enter the park. Final touches. So yeah, you can see a little bit of canopy there, and obviously the roof detail as well, which we've not been able to pick out from the inside of the park from the side, which makes it look really different, to be honest. There's some really different views, and you can see some different bits of theming as well from this side that you couldn't see from inside the park, including the bridge. But now inside the park, you got a glimpse there, and we will pan back to it very shortly. The cue board area, and indeed the height restriction area there for Mandrill Mayhem, with the bridge forming part of the sign. Now, this is one of the signs that will make up advertising for the ride. You can see footprints on the floor, where it's expected that you will take different routes through the Jumanji jigsaw puzzle game, if you will. And of course a pan up to the sign, which is being finished at the moment. So even since we last come, more detail has been added to that, with the animals on either side, and of course the boarding down kind of around the metal framework, and indeed the side wings, if you will, which have been added as well. Looks really good, really good. Now, as we can see here, we have a look at Strike, which is slightly raised at the moment. You can see sort of in the background a bit more into the village area, the station area of Mandrill Mayhem, towards there. And a lot of painting. You can see the incredible amount of paint pots and things that are still going on. Games and stalls and units which are still yet to be completed, with a couple of weeks yet. The activity is massive. The amount of people on site is genuinely something else. As you look across, you can see the canopy there covering the back of the buildings, and of course the bike which has been added, and there is still more theming being done as well. So this is proposed rock work here, and of course the board we showed you last time, that has all been painted up now, ready for what we assume will be a map coming in very shortly. Looking across the back here, they are fixing, or were installing, the sign, the cue board sign for Ostrich Stampede. As you can see on the front here, they've got it all working, and the height board is there. It does state it's going to be a very bumpy ride, Ostrich Stampede, but it's good to see the board up already. No sign of the main sign yet, but it's good to see the board up. Now, I look into the village area, you can see the canopies will sort of overhang each other, which will give a little bit of shelter as well, which will be quite nice down in that area. And of course an overview here. Now then, this is the train which was being launched from the second launch hill. It was obviously sat there while work was done in the station. And then just to see the process here, this does take a little bit of time. Obviously it's a dual launch coaster, launching you out the station, back through the station, and then a booster at the bottom of the lift hill. But you can see how this booster on the bottom of the lift hill can act as a complete launch from standstill as well, rather than just a booster. Whilst obviously not as powerful as the one coming out the station, it can certainly send the train. And as you'll see now, as it heads back down, it will pick up pretty much full pace to go round the Jaguar and back down again. That's fantastic. It's the first time actually we've managed to catch the blooming coaster testing. We've missed it every other time, so to catch it actually doing trial runs from a standstill in the middle of the track and then catch it testing as well has been a real pleasure. There's a few people that said it does look a bit slow. You know, I think it's going to be difficult until you're on it, to be honest with you. It's not meant to be a massive thrill coaster, but I wouldn't particularly say it's taking the inversion any slower than what Swarm takes its at its highest point. And you'll see it here testing at full pace. Certainly the speed it comes down out of the station is really quick before slowing up through the inversion and heading down to the Jaguar, where the boost really will give it a little bit of a punch to go round and up before coming back again. And then which seat's going to be the best, front or the back? Let us know what you think. So as it comes back down, it will hit the booster again to help it out through the remainder of the course. And of course, at the moment as well, there's no water dummies on it. It is empty. Rides naturally run faster once people are on them. So it'll be really interesting to see how this runs once we get going. And a few other sites here as well, I think coming out of the station. This bit looks particularly quick coming out of the station and over, where it does look a little bit slower coming back, but soon picks up. I mean, this drop going into the station, I have to say, just looks sped up even in the footage. Can't wait for it, genuinely can't wait to get on Mandrill Mayhem now. Only a couple of weeks and we can get back to Chessington and actually get into the world of Jumanji and ride Mandrill Mayhem. Yeah, genuinely can't wait. So here's an overview of the site now. As you can see, it is a lot cleaner, it is a lot more detailed. Still some planting to do at the back of the buildings as well, and we will finish up now with a look at the Mandrill Mayhem entrance. That sign you've seen has actually been installed since we did this. They're working really fast. Thanks for joining us here though from Chessington World of Adventures. I really hope you've enjoyed it. Let us know what you think, and we'll see you next time.